We are in. Welcome all of you. We like to have this day dedicated for an interaction with people from Africa, especially because this day is a day dedicated for the development of industries in Africa, and also it falls as the child development day for Africa. We have guests from Africa and few are from India joined already here, who are youth who wanted to interact with different nations and under the umbrella of World Social Craft Foundation. There are some people trying to join and they have some problems, so I was addressing that issue. Maybe you can introduce yourself because we are a small group. You know, I am DrTPS. I am from Hyderabad, which is almost center of India. I am a retired space scientist. For last 10 years, my time is dedicated for education, especially education in social improvement. So I work with the students, teachers and parents. That's what I do. Yeah, maybe any one of you can take your volunteership to introduce yourself.
Namaste, I'm a 9th student and I'm an Indian, and I'm so happy to interact with people from various parts of the world. About.
Hi everyone, myself Abramini Naya. I'm from Kerala, India. I'm graduating in agriculture now, and I'm so happy to see you all, and I thank you everyone for this wonderful opportunity.
Myself Adira. I'm a graduate student from India, and my interest is in philosophy. And I'm happy to meet you all, and I have been with DrTPS for past 6 years, and thank you for this opportunity.
Namaste everyone, I am Kanishk. I am from class 7 from Hyderabad.
Namaste, I am Harin. Okay, carry on.
Namaste. I'm Mwelbati Maro from Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. I was in Hyderabad in 2019. So when I see doctor here, I'm very happy. Thank you.
Namaste, I am Haridas, retired from Indian Oil Corporation, residing at Mangalore, basically from Kerala, settled at Mangalore now. Very happy.
I'm Peter from Kenya. I'm a professional teacher. I work for the organization.
Namaste. I am Innocent Constantine Kweka from Tabora, Tanzania. Professionally, I'm a lawyer and an advocate, and I work as legal counsel at Urambo District Council. Namaste.
I am Grace Anderson from Kilimanjaro. Professionally, I'm monitoring and evaluation officer. I'm working in the college, teaching the student and the organizing program in the student. I'm happy to join the team. Thank you.
Maybe Suresh ji can introduce Suresh ji, and we have Lahia.
Yes. Yes, I was having some connection issue,
Yeah.
so I logged in from the system. So my name is Suresh. I am from Kerala. Now presently I am working in Mumbai, and I am working in Indian Bank.
We have Urima Johnson, and we have Lehea. Urima Johnson, your sound is set, right? You are able to speak. Yeah, Johnson, you are able to speak. Yeah, Kimaro, probably we can start. You can go. You can speak on this occasion. Voice your ideas.
Thank you, Doctor. Can you allow to share my screen, please?
You can. No permission is required. It's open for everybody.
Available? I'm available.
Yes. You are visible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Elbat Zabul Kimaro. Thank you. From Tanzania. I'm a private environmental protect explorer. Also, I'm a director, private sector, Kilimanjaro Field and Class for Environmental Protection Initiative. I have many certificates, including municipal solid waste management. That is done in F3, Hyderabad. Certificate of Environmental Protection Impact Assessment. I was a winner, first hand saving the earth starting now. I was a winner again. Also, I was attained certificate in International Sustainable Development Goals 17, 2021. Goals awarded as key speaker International Conference on Climate Change, International Internship University, New Delhi, India. Awarded a key speaker, humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth. Also tomorrow, I wish to get something in International Internship University. Let's go to our topic. The skills and knowledge of youth inquire must relevant to the current economy, enable them to be innovators, thinkers, and problem solvers. Youth can change the world, but the world will not be changed if youth are not able to exercise, to do practical. Therefore, youth will be a major solution in the industrialization of future if we give them a good support. For example, In environmental protection, we can talk with youth advantage of tree plantation, how to manage different types of solid waste to get a natural organic compost, biogas, renewable energy, etc. Other things, help youth who need special care or special treatment. Example, youth with disability, orphans, or other youth with these problems. Through help to this type of youth, we can repair them physiological by believing are still special and still valuable in the society. Also, by supporting them, we can find alternative way to achieve their goals. Health care should be provided to protect youth from disease, so as to build better generation. Youth should be given the priority to check their health status and get treatment as soon as possible in case they found the clinical abnormality. By giving them this priority, we can build a better youth. To support youth to achieve their dreams by giving them advice and counseling and emphasize them to stick to what they are good at. They should focus more on the talent, so to make them physical and intellectual performance to increase at high exercise. To cooperate with youth by solving their problems, parents should try to listen and give an opportunity to their children or youth, explaining themselves so as to know what problem they are facing. Parents should cooperate with their children by solving their problems to the As you can see, the picture here is some of practical tree plantation in Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Make youth to be successful like a tiger. Tiger is an animal, but you can translate tiger as you can see. T, make youth as a teamwork. I, integrity. Make us honest with everyone and a good leader. G, productivity. Make you to be the quality person. E, effort. Make you to do something new, fantastic. R, respect. Make you to respect others, which will make them to achieve their goals. This is El Bahati Kimaro. Asante sana, shukrian, thank you.
That was great from the Tiger of Kilimanjaro. Nice, Tiger of Kilimanjaro. We are glad that you are with us, and then I'm sure there are a lot of people in Africa itself. They want a lot of activities to be boosted, and I'm sure leader like you can do a lot of help. I'm part of some of the agricultural activities in Hyderabad. I'm sure we will have more occasion to discuss on what specifically can be done in agriculture. We have what is called a community farming program, in which I am also part of it. On December 4th, we are going to have nearly 300 odd people joining physically on an activity in which we have got already 1,000 acres of land is being cultivated by this group of people. We're going to expand it much higher and bigger. Right? So I'm sure your contributions, your experience, sharing will become a long way on this. Yeah, now who want to go next? You have any specific questions you can reserve? You can take it at the end of the talk. Anybody, you are welcome. We have listed speakers and I'm not calling by name because many of them joined not in the same sequence. I mean, some of them are not there. Justin had a problem of connectivity, I'm sure. Kili Kichas is there, who is also a speaker. Yeah, anybody, you take your turn and then unmute and speak. And we have question 19 also, you can, Innocent.
Yes, Doctor, I hear you.
Namaste. We have a great actor in India who was also a member of parliament by your name, Innocent.
Thank you, Doctor.
We keep saying Innocent gives, and that too you are in a legislation advocate, and we keep saying innocent people can do any mistake. Because in the court they will be, in the court judge will ask you, and you can say I am innocent always, right?
Yes, Doctor. Yes, Doctor. Yeah, it's true, but the court has the mandate to make sure that the guiltiness in you is seen.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
In today's topic is industrialization and the youth concern. My concerns are the youth. They have to get the channels which will make them utilize their full potential so that they can deliver something to their state and of course in the sector of industrialization. So what I think will be done is like having programs and making them be aware of the development which you want to attain at this level and make them understand their potentiality, especially most of them, they are very energetic and they are eager to learn. So that when it comes to the industrialization, everyone must use his power and capacity to make sure that he achieves or she achieves the goals which we are all going on. For example, when we talk of in the sector of industrialization, first and foremost, you have to think of things like raw materials, which, as you said earlier, that there is community plantation. So we can make them as a group and then have a land for them, then teach them how to cultivate and what to cultivate. After that, we'll be using that materials as raw material to our industries. Things like you can have the cotton plantation whereby they will be producing cotton, of which we'll use them in making threads and some cloth materials, which they have great need in the today's society. And then what is needed there is to discipline the youth in terms of making them understand their potentiality. And as my brother Kimaro presented before, that they have to be disciplined and they have to be taught how to respect themselves and to believe in themselves so that they can deliver what they have. That is what I think it will help them. And of course, to be aware of the technology which is now taking place in everywhere in the world. For example, there is a need of teaching them the use of these internet materials and the data so that they can learn many things without being to a formal class, because everyone can learn in any environment. Like if you have a smartphone, you can access some materials, some books, which most of them are free, and you can study anywhere at your own time. And even you can consult somebody who is good in that area and they make you understand it better on what you are studying. Then the other thing is that most of the youth now, they have no proper use of the internet. Like most of them, they are using mobile phones, smartphones for the social purposes, while they can use that smartphone like any office. For instance, people now do work on online platforms like Upwork. We have things like cryptocurrency, of which most of the young generation, they are jobless, so to say, and they want formal work, which is not now available, because the problem of unemployment is not only for Tanzanian, it's not only for the African, it is all over the world. So being educated and then you don't have a formal work where you can wake up in the morning, dress good and go to office and work there for at least 80 hours and come back. You can wake up in the morning and then use your phone as the office, work everywhere you want, do some assignments, do some tasks, engage in some contracts, and at the end they will pay you on what you are doing, instead of using this smartphone only for social media, WhatsApping and the Facebook and the other things. You can use them, but for increasing your social society. But not only having that, you have to consider other things. Like most of the platform allow people to trade or to transfer funds. You can also engage in that as a young generation, the youth. But how to reach there is to go to that specifically on training. And the training, you can train anywhere. You can use these YouTube channels to train on specific studies or channel which you want to learn and to study. And to back on in the industrialization, most of them the youth lack education on proper use of land, which will be sustainable in connection with the environment, because we are looking forward to enhance our environment and then to produce it sustainably. So most of the youth lack that knowledge. So if we have some of the program which will help them to curb that, will be able to continue and have the youth who are responsible for the environment, and of course who are economically well off because of the surroundings we have, and they will help also to prevent our environment, and they also produce some of the raw materials which we need in a process of industrialization, because we have a number of young generation, youth people who are graduated from different schools, having different level of education, but they still wanted to engage in formal work, which is not good, because everyone will want to go to the office and they stay there for almost 5 to 80 hours, so that he can say I'm then employed, while something which he or she is earning there is a little more compared to someone who is employed himself or herself and working on what he loves. Because you might go to work, but you work there because you have problem, and then you don't want to be disciplined by your manager, your boss, So you have to be obedient to him. But when you work with something which you love, it comes like fun. Thank you, Doctor.
Done, Innocent?
Yes, Doctor. I wish to stop here for now, but I will respond to some questions if they are there and with some other contributions from some other speakers.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's great. I'm sure every industry is for a business, and business talks about 5 principles of M: man, mission, money, market, and material. I think Innocent beautifully covered all that, but I think we have to add 2 more or maybe many more M's, as that is what I found the essence of your talk. One is, people need to be motivated to use it in the right sense. So the men is not very well directed. Especially the youth needs to be directed for using all these 5s in the best methodology. So good methods and good motivation. That was the essence of Advocate is Innocent. That's so great from you. The message which really Africa needs, because the whole world is talking about the 4th industrial revolution, high speed and all that, and United Nations understand Africa needs little more care on the basic industrialization itself. That is why I think United Nations decided to have November 20th as part of the discussions on industry specifically for Africa. So I'm glad Advocate Innocent is in that line of thinking. Great, so well said. Thank you. I'm sure we will have few questions at the end of the session. Probably somebody else who want to be the speakers can unmute and start speaking. Unmute yourself to speak. Yeah, Kili, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are called Kili, K-I-L-I, Kili?
My name is Grace.
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah, but your display shows Kili.
My name is Grace, and the name came from my organization email.
Okay.
So I want to present to you, I want to talk about what I am doing in the society. I'm teaching in the school, in the college, and I have youth. We are teaching youth to how to care the clients about health. And also I'm working in the community with the geriatrics. And I see the geriatric is the group which are now, they don't have more power to work. And when we do plant the trees and the environmental conservation, we help the geriatric to have power and have think like they are valued in the society. Yes, it's what I can talk today. And we have a lot of plan. We want to reach our plan in December. This December we will conduct a huge tree plant in the around the Kilimanjaro mountain to help our environment. Thank you very much.
So brief and nice. I am sure everywhere in the world, one of the biggest concern is the geriatric care.
Yes.
And also, probably we don't have a role to play in the global environment. I understand we only talk about this, but Amazon natural forests in the last 1 year reduced by 22%. And they are the people talk about the whole world, but they don't take care of themselves. So it's our concern to look at our own local environment. We have great messages to part with the world by doing, actively being part of it. So it's so nice that we wanted to see whole world keeps proud of telling about Kilimanjaro. In most of our Indian songs, we keep talking about Kilimanjaro. If you are not aware, I will send you some of the beautiful songs from where I am staying now. We have got beautiful songs which describes Kilimanjaro. We wanted to see it more beautiful and nice to see that collaboration improves a lot. Thank you.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who else now? You are welcome to unmute and speak. There are few people join now.
Morning, morning.
Morning, my friend Justin from Namibia. My sister.
I greet you, Doctor, and I greet all the members that are here together with me today. I just want to bring something that I see the youth need. I think this is not even only in Namibia, but in all Africa. Youth, number one, they need to be guided. Many youth, they lost their way. They don't know now where to go, what can I do, because things are happening in their life. If we talk like when COVID came, many youth, they lost their family. They lost those supposed to pay their school fees, those supposed to help them in everything. That's why you find, let me talk straight to Namibia. We have a huge of youth that are crying day by day, that are kill themselves, that are give themselves just to be used to doing evil things, all to drink. It is very, very painful. But today, I just want to bring some idea that I have, that I see maybe if we focus to those ideas, maybe we will take some of them because they are the nation for tomorrow. Youth, number one, youth, they need to be training. Youth, they need to form a group of youth that can be training to do something with their own hands. Because some of them, they didn't finish their school. Some of them, they finish, but because they don't have money to go further, they drop the school. But now, when it is coming for the job, like right now, the job they need to, you need to have a certificate. You need to have something that shows those people that you have educated. But for them, many of them, they don't have it. But I think if we just form a group, and those group, we divided, one have a field for this, this group have a field for this group have a field for this. It will help a lot. Let me go like this. If we form a group, a youth, and we form a group that you use this side is just for to even to have a machine to make a shoes, or to have a machine to make boxes. There are a lot of things that I saw on the social media, or other countries they have those machines, but here in Namibia we don't have it. If we have more training people that can help youth to be trained here in Namibia, we will have people cannot even die anymore because they throw them out because they see there is no way. And the other things also, the youth, they need somebody who can talk to them, who can tell them that life is not end up when you have one child. When you fail in school, this is not the end of the world. You can make it again. You can start from zero. Yeah, but because we don't have those people here in Namibia, we don't have them. Because we have that, we just love ourselves. I can talk with my own child. I can train only my family. When it is coming to the job, I leave some people here in Swakop, they are not eating, but I will send the food to my village just because of my selfishness. But we need people like Dr. TPS to guide the youth, because I know if he try to talk with many youth here in Namibia, really, we end up with a good nation. Sometimes people, they just need love. They just need youth, they just need to be told something that, no, it's not like that, you need to go this way. Because when you just start to train them, you cannot just train people, you never talk to them about their life. First, we need somebody who can talk to the youth, who told the youth that youth, you will make it. Even you are a married woman, you are not just married because to get a baby. You need to stand up and do something in your life. If it is it's a man, and you get married, it's not that's the end of the world. Start again to do something. Because now women depend on their husband only. And the men depend, the things that he works, he cannot have 3 jobs. He just has one, and he counts only the family. Now, like this situation now, we need even the agriculture just to train them how to, because like here in Namibia, I never, from 2020 is where I saw a banana. I eat a banana from Namibia, but all those years we don't see the tree of banana here in Namibia. It means we need to plant ourselves, to plant even the lemon, even the banana, even the apples. Here in Namibia, it's scarce for you to eat the apple that somebody put in his garden. Now we open our eyes when the COVID comes. We was not knowing that you can eat the cabbage from your own garden. We don't know, because there is nothing. Even the school, they never teach us that you can make it behind your house. You can put a small garden. We don't know that. The other things also, we need people that can train us. Women, like those women that are already married, let them set up the program that they can make clothes. They can make clothes and they can sell themselves. They can they can be trained to sewing the uniform for school. Now we order the uniform for school from South Africa only, but we are still having a people there. They're supposed to be training and they can stand up themselves. The youth must be training how to use a computer. There are smart child here in Namibia that is a good in electrician, but there's no one who wants to open their eyes because they mean if they teach them, they can be overcome them. That is very selfish here in Namibia. We need some people. We need also the youth to stand. We can even form a cell phone here in Namibia, but because the leader, those people, they have money, they don't want to use their money with somebody's child. They just want to use their money with their own family. That's why you see our government is very, very corrupted. Sorry to say that, but we need to say it. We need people that to be training. Here, people are working 40 kilometers to go to hospital. But because shortness of nurses, shortness of medication, but if they train us, they train us. I saw many people, they use their own head just to treat it. Even when you have a fever, you can drink something and then you will fight. Why we need those seeds to know how to make those medication just I just have my medication in the house to treat my children, to treat those don't have money to go to hospital. That is the things we need here to Namibia. As we don't need the money here, we just need somebody who can train us, and somebody who can guide the youth, and somebody who stands for us to say, okay, we finish this, now we are going to the next one. I think I end up here. Thank you.
It's so great that we have leaders like Justin. What we need is the same spirit and the energy from at least 10 or 15 youth beside you. I am sure you can change Namibia.
Amen.
Because what is essential for any performance, I keep saying, it's DrTPS formula. I keep saying performance P is equal to opportunity, attitude and skill. What you were looking at is the skill requirement. And I'm sure Namibia has got a lot of opportunity because you need it. Really, you need it. It is something which comes from your real life requirement. Probably what is lacking is the attitude. So attitude can be sustained not with individual. You need a group. So you are right in saying that we need to form group so that people get that attitude. If I don't sing, I have got a group of people singing, automatically I will start singing. Because the attitude comes from your company. Though I am lazy, I have got a lot of people who are not very active. I will also have to be active. So that's why I said 10 good people. I'm sure Justin can do that. Because I have seen in the last few days how many people joined you. And there are a lot of people coming up. But that is not what they are used to. So there will be some resistance. But doesn't matter, it takes some time. I'm sure if we keep on pushing, a lot of activities, a lot of discussions, things will keep happening. And don't worry about your background. Because what you said is if you are failed, it doesn't matter. I am from a small village. I went to education for a good school in a city nearby when I was in 8th grade because my village did not have the facilities. But in 8th grade, I failed and I was thrown out of the school, saying that you are unfit to be a good student. So I was sent back. I am sure none of my colleagues became as prominent in government as I could be. So it's all the attitude and your self-decision. So if you can identify few groups as you are doing now, the whole world will support you. There is a great saying by one of the great spiritual man who was a big leader from India, Swami Vivekananda. He says if your desire is very good, the universe will come and support you to see that it happens. So you have the power inside you, the force will come to you. So I'm sure all the best wishes, we will keep contacting, we will keep connecting. I'm seeing the energy and the pain and the distress, and I'm sure that will lead to a better future tomorrow. Very soon, because youth can make differences. And they can only make differences, not this elderly person. We can only give directions and mentor them to keep that activity. We are all with you. I'm sure we are all with you for this purpose. Yeah. Good. Well said. Just. Now who want to go? I am seeing Fabis. Fabas Fabis. I am seeing Lhyl. We are also seeing Herbertine, Hurbertine. It all looks like flower names for us. Yeah, it's all new name for us because it's look like, Yeah, anybody? Come on. Unmute and speak. Any one of you. You don't require any preparation. It's all our family. We are all together. If you are not used to that, don't worry. It all comes very fast.
Yes.
Only thing, you have to start somewhere. Then things will flow. Because it comes from inside you. So unmute and start. Come on.
Thank you very much. Yes. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone on the platform. My name is Lemon. I'm a student from Nigeria, and I live in Justine said just now, and she has said much of what I wanted to say, but I would still want to add, especially on the education part. The Namibian youth is faced with so many challenges, especially unemployment. In Namibia, if you are not educated, you are unemployed. And if you are unemployed, you suffer. So we have a very high unemployment rate in Namibia, and that contributes. And what contributes more to that is the fact that the youth lack skills. We lack skills to invent and create opportunities for ourselves, to create jobs for ourselves, and most especially because we lack funding. We don't have funding, especially from our Namibian government. They have totally turned a blind eye on us. Well, it's actually bad to speak bad about my country, but let the truth be said. That's what's happening in Namibia right now. So many of us, as the youth, we really have brilliant ideas. We have a lot of brilliant ideas, but we lack support and we lack funds from our government. And thus we are left to fend for ourselves. Most of the youth turns to crimes, to drug and alcohol abuse. And then we sleep on our dreams. Even though we cannot really blame the youth on the crimes that they are committing, it's still not justifiable. And we have a lot of school dropout here in Namibia. Some of them are lucky they made it through their matric, but then most that made it to universities, only few managed to go through university and secure successful jobs. And the rest, like maybe 90% of the remaining, they don't go through because our funding system in Namibia is very weak, it's very poor, and it only focuses more on the people that are already rich. The poor ends up suffering. We end up dropping out of school. We end up being dismissed from classes because we owe funds. And the strategy, everything is just not in place. And then nowadays, what is happening in Namibia, especially with the youth, is very heartbreaking. And we would really love it. We really like it. We really like to study, especially when it comes to studying. We'll also want to further our studies, especially worldwide. But then we just don't know the right channels to go through it. Because the education system itself in Namibia is not really in favor of all the youth here. So it will be a great opportunity for us to get out there in the world and to meet new people, to meet and create ideas with outsiders. And one thing also that could help with Namibian youth is with creating job opportunities. Namibia is a beautiful country. We have land everywhere, and especially the agriculture projects will be of a great impact to us. What we need is skills. We lack skills. We don't have people to train us. It's just, we need someone to push us. We need someone to give us that energy. We need someone to guide us. We need someone to look up to. And that person is just not here among us. That person is just not in Namibia, because we try with our leaders and all, but all to no avail. There is no solution for us. And I'm sure that with the correct interventions from the correct people, the Namibian youth will flourish. I'm 100% sure that if we are to get that one person that can push us, we will make it far in life. And when it comes to students, it's really heartbreaking. You see people that are trying. The youth is really trying to make a better future for themselves and for the coming generation. But then we just don't have the right resources to use, especially with funding for the students. Let me say, I myself am one of the students that were dismissed from class because I have outstanding fees. And then the funding system of Namibia's education cannot fund me due to some reasons I don't know. And it's not just me. We are a lot, like from my class, there are a lot of students that are not attending class right now because we don't have funds. But then we want to be someone in future. We want to contribute to the economy of our country. We would like to change, to be a change in our community. But then we just can't. And we need skills. We need training in certain fields that will benefit the whole country, or not just our country, like Africa at large, the whole world at large, for everyone to feel welcome to come to Namibia and enjoy the fruits of our labor, and we share in harmony as the whole world, as God's creations. And we need innovations like skill development centers. We need to be empowered. We need youth empowerment, really. We are willing, our hearts are willing to, but then we just don't have the right people to guide us and to take us through it. With that said, and with what my colleagues here, I'm sitting with a few of my colleagues here, they'll also jump in now, and I'm sure they will add great ideas to what I've just said now and what Speaker Ms. Josephine said also. Thank you for the opportunity.
That was a real requirement from Philemon, who is personally also in a problem where she is not able to continue her studies. Unemployment is not a big problem mostly. Probably the best education is what is lacking. Because if somebody is very well educated, I am sure the world is open for everyone. You can always migrate to better places for better jobs. And if somebody migrates from your place and then find a place internationally in the best positions, you always can come back and then change your own land. So it is not unemployment, it is producing employable youth, employable not locally, employable internationally. That is what is required, because unemployability keep on fluctuating. Probably the whole Africa has got a 10%, Namibia has got 20%. That is because basically geography, because you have a different geographic condition where you are not able to get as best as the Central Africa can get. Probably India, China, all these neighboring countries of India, all of them have got unemployability at a rate of 5% to 10%, where even including USA has got almost the same. 5 to 10 is what is the percentage. I am sure they all grown, developed because they got the education opportunity. Today, world education is not physically sitting in the classroom because online is possible. Your connectivity, come up with a very specific subject where you want to study, what you want to study. If you are very good, I am sure the world opens for a lot of opportunities. Because I see many programs where lot of fellowships are given internationally. All our leaders from India never studied in India. All of them went abroad and studied. Not because they paid money for education. They all got fellowships. And they came back to India to develop. That is why India is slightly, you can see most of them. I am from Space Department. ISRO started by somebody who was abroad. Department of Atomic Energy started by somebody who was abroad. Everybody came from West and then started. So I am sure few children who are motivated to study well, given a lot of education, you can change the land. Education is what can create job opportunities outside and bring money. I am from a small state in India, in the southwest part, where most of the people are the people who are responsible for developing the whole Gulf. Our small state become rich not because of what we do in our state. What our people do in West, people do in Gulf. So I am sure natural resources is there in Africa. You need little more orientation towards how you can make your education better. Natural resources and education together will make Africa probably the best country in the world in few years to come. So let us work together. We have a father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know how many of you know. He started his national movement of India from South Africa. He was an advocate in Africa to start, and then he left his job, came to India and started freedom movement in India. He was an advocate, barrister, a not well known in those days in India and Africa, but he got educated in Britain. So his education is what is basically required. So I am sure few people are educated, he can make a lot of difference. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. Actually, Nelson Mandela is very close to Mahatma Gandhi because of this reason. Because Mahatma Gandhi started living in Africa. That is where he started his social activity. So you must all read about Mahatma Gandhi. I am sure he talks about, I have seen an English movie in which the youth debates, which is made in Western country, where Mahatma Gandhi is a topic of debate. Because they also value him. You go to the best libraries in America, maximum number of books on Mahatma Gandhi, because he made changes, not through revolution, but lot of developmental activities. Peace movement, that is what was his flag. I am sure people like you, the youth who wanted to make a difference are there. I am sure we can all make differences together. We will find education opportunities online in the world, where we will see what sort of fellowships can be given, what courses you can do it there, and who can teach what. All that can be discussed. It's not a big problem at all. We'll all be together. Yeah. If anybody who is sitting behind you wanted to come onto the camera and then speak, it will be welcome. I'm sure you have a group of people sitting there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Flamin, call them. Maybe it's first time for them, but that doesn't matter. That's how you should start.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. TPS, for bringing us together as Africans, as the world. My name is Fabiola. I'm also a student nurse. I'm in my second year, 7 months to go. So I'm also having the same problem my colleague was having. I'm also one of them that was sent home because of funds. Okay, but overall, we are going to check on Namibian youth. Mostly in Namibia, we have financial support system is very weak. Family support system is also added to that. Community services like the church, overall services are also just doing it beneficially to themselves or their family. It's not for all of us. So most of the time, the people who have already are the ones which are only benefiting. So what we were thinking, like when we are checking at challenges and problems in Namibia, we have lack of resources. Actually, resources are there, but unskilled. We are very unskilled. So we need to be educated. We need education more on raw materials. We need education more on agricultural programs like farming. Training must be provided. Machinery must be available. There must be things like a conference for the youth, where the youth come together and then they are having maybe a cooking show, different things like fashion designs, like dancing, exercises, things that will attract the youth mostly. So I think when Namibian youth can come together and be as one, or if we are having these resources or people who are able to train us, programs like, if we are having interchange programs like Namibian youth will visit India, South Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, like that, so that we can also see in these interchange programs what the other youth are doing, so that we can also practice it here in our countries. So for us in Namibia, like for loans and things, it's not everybody that has that opportunity or that gets that opportunity. It's mostly based on who knows who. Yeah, it's not fair to some of us. We are trying our best. We are getting the best what marks. We are top students in most of us here are also top students at school. But just because of things like money, we cannot continue with our studies. So we would really like if we come together as one world and we hold each other's hands. That will be all for today. Thank you.
What a great, hopeful message from
Hello.
Fabiola. How do I pronounce Fabiola? Fabiola?
Fabiola, yes.
Fabiola. I'm sure the words are hopeful. I'm sure we can make something very soon and then see that you can contribute probably for the future of your own native. Whatever required to support, we should work hard. We have people, resources, everything available, but we need to work at different levels. We will make sure that at least some educational support, where what can be seen can be understood, so that we will take into the right direction without misguiding, we will get into the right path. That is what we will keep doing. Welcome. Anybody else who are behind you who wanted to come in the front and then speak?
Okay, good, sir.
Yeah, show the faces so that we know there are many more in the group.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hubertine Pencos. I'm from Namibia. I live in Pokokmon. As my colleague said, I'm also a student nurse from ICARE, who is also chased out from classes because of school fees for outstanding. So when it comes to problems and challenges, in Namibia, we are facing a lot of challenges. As a youth, you want to do things for yourself. You have that desire, but there is no one that you can look up to. Even like, let me say, the lack of family support system. First of all, like once you fail or once you like feel pregnant, everyone will look down on you. And then you will think as a youth, you will think, this is the end of my youth. This is the end of my life. And then you will just start with alcohol abuse, drugs, and then you will end up in the streets without doing anything for yourself. But then as like, we need someone to encourage us, to take us back, to give us like that interest that we have first for ourselves, like for us to fulfill our dreams. Like most of us, we want to do things for our family, we want to do things for our community, but then we don't know how to start. Like we are facing, like in our country, we have a lot of unemployed people. Like students, they drop out from school due to lack of money and also poor sanitation. Like those are like now they are contributing to youth. Like downfalls. I don't even know why I'm so nervous now. It's a lot of things that we are facing in Namibia, but then we need someone to encourage us, like to come up with programs that will always motivate the youth, like in different places as we have different towns, just to gather. And then we like talk with people, with the youth especially, encourage them that it's not the end of their life, and then to only to start off with like programs like fashion, dancing, as my colleague was saying. Most of the things that I wanted to talk of, they already mentioned it, so we will just like if we get someone that can help us out. Because here it's like favoritism. We don't even know where to run to. Even our own families, they always fail us. Even when it comes to my studies, I really don't know, because we were told we will not sit for our examination without, like, as we are having outstanding classes and we are about to finish with our course. Now I tried to ask for money at everyone. The people are just saying, we don't have. And it's not only us that is facing this, we are many. And these things, they are affecting our mental health. Like you will even think like, let me just drop out from this studying course. Like, I don't have money to continue my studies now. Then it's too much stress that will even cause like suicide. It's a lot, and we need help. Seriously, we need help. In Namibia, we need help. We have resources. We have as much as resources, but we just don't have knowledge. There is poor education. Nowadays, we have to pay for the education. Most of the kids, they want to continue their studies further. But then because of lack of money, startup capital, there is nothing. For entrepreneurship, we have opportunities, but we don't have startup capital. There is nothing that we can do. We don't even know where to go. We are trying our leaders and everything. No help. That's all from me. I thank you.
Yeah, that was from Barkimaton. I'm sure problems are same almost. We have a group of activities which I'm sure Justin is always with us every Saturday for last few sessions. Justin, you should make all of them part of our music program at 7:30. Another 4.5 hours we have a music program in which we are sharing lot of cultural interaction between the different part of the globe. Understand, there are many methods for interacting with the world. If you just go and tell this is my problem, I need help, nobody will help you. But I'm sure if any one of you are known to me for longer time, the collaboration, meeting each other becomes more and more. We understand you, you are a person with a different caliber, you have interest, you have sustained interest. Then I'm sure people will start pouring closer to you and becoming close to you. So the Social Craft Foundation doesn't believe only in music, dance, education, work, business. We work in social craft. That means physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, spiritually, you need to be empowered. That's why we work in all the fivefold. So we keep interacting with the people on music, we keep interacting with the education. We have different activities. So keep close to us and then find out what is your interest. We will get to know many people in the world. Right? So I'm sure there will be a lot of individual requirements also can be discussed. If you have problem in understanding and that is stopping you from writing examination, we will find people who can teach you and help you in that. All that can be pulled out. I'm sure resources are there, people are there who are socially committed, people who don't have any work, they are more educated, are also there. So all of them together, not individually, as together as in a group, probably we all can help each other. We have just heard about your own person from the Kimaro who is talking about agriculture, who came to Hyderabad to learn agriculture. And he is one of the most resourceful person. He interacts with a lot of people. And the university in which he is going to get an award, International Internship University. I am also part of that in the chairman of the Research and Development Group of International Internship University. We can identify what skill you have, and if you are good in your skill, probably we can give education. We have Jayaprakash here who is very close to the International Internship University activities. He knows the chairman. He was physically with the chairman of International Internship University. So I am sure there are a lot of people who can play different roles in helping you. We can voice your requirement in the West. We have a owner of a radio. Isabel is from Argentina, joining from America. So we have, this is a small group, but we have people from different parts of the globe. You see our music group, we have people from different parts of the world again. We have Sunday Bhagavad Gita class in which we have people from different parts of the world. You get connected to the people and then I am sure they will identify where what help can be given. Right? We will identify which course. There is no point in coming to India and then getting a degree. Sometimes it is never recognized in your country. Unless you find recognized programs, there is no point in getting a degree. Got it? So you must know where to go, what degree you can get, not the education alone. Where the education can lead. Identify the target first, then look backward. Oh, if I want to get here, this is what I should get educated. I also have been looking at all the African education system, how many online programs are happening. All that is seen. So I'm sure we can work with somebody. You can also tie up with some people who work in African universities where they have got an open program. The teachers and such support for educating you can be got from anywhere in the world. But I'm sure if you want to be part of African development, you need to get a recognized universities. We have got Advocate Innocent. I am sure he can also help us. We are part of an NGO representative in United Nations. I am in the advisory council for the United Nations NGO representative, who is hosting my Bhagavad Gita talk on Sunday. We will have, when a good group of youth is available, we will have a representation with United Nations, when you can speak and then make your voice very clear to them. Because your country has a lot of restrictions. Indian people cannot just travel there. It's not visa on arrival. We need lot of procedures to be followed, right? So there are lot of tie-up requirement at the government level that can be pushed through the United Nations. Probably we will make such collaboration where you can be some student volunteers as part of United Nations youth group, so that you can travel anywhere in the world under United Nations umbrella, right? So we need to make a group so that group will get recognition. Individual may not get recognition. So create a nice group, then we will become part of the NGO representative as a group. That is what I am pushing. Today morning also, Dilip ji, who was the NGO representative, spoke to me at length. I was telling him, this is not a right time for him to join because it is midnight in America, right? Only people like Isabel will start waiting in the whole night for joining us. Not everybody can do that. So we will have more interaction where people from America also find a common time with you. People from different part of the country will have a common time only when you make a good group and join. That is what is essential. Okay. So we'll wait for your more active participation in all the activities which we do. Right. All that can be done. No issue. Yeah.
Youth is having enormous potential. If we are not able to utilize this potential in a proper way, means that it is a national waste.
Yeah, but understand, Suresh ji, what happens in India. Indian education is to close the youth inside the room so that they don't create problems.
Yes.
So we don't throw anybody out of the class. We want everybody to be inside class. Therefore, education is totally rebated. So we have no problem in any of your students come, and then I am connected with many universities. I can give you admission in different places and you can be pushed inside class. But that will not help you, because what we need is, we need a BTech of India is not recognized. What do you do?
Yes.
Maybe you can go some other country and work, but that is not our aim. Our aim is, you need to get, Indian problem is India is not utilizing most of the youth.
Yes.
We are not concerned because all the parents and the teachers are closing them inside the class. If they don't do any mistake, we are happy. Up to 20 years, close them inside the classrooms. But that is one of the worst thing. We are actually not utilizing them in the right way also.
Yes.
So youth power is never used. By the time they are out of their education, they already became old and they became useless. That is what the biggest problem in India. Indian education is a big harm. I have got a conference where I am talking today from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. The conference is on how to improve education in India. So Indian education is not totally productive most of the time, the way it has to be. Got it? So getting a degree is not what is important. Getting a skill. I am very happy when all the youth spoke about not education alone. They spoke about practically useful, skillful education. And I will assure you, if there are 10 people wanted to come, I cannot take your expenditure of travel. But if you come and want to stay in Hyderabad 6 months, I will sponsor all of you. The food and accommodation and training for agriculture, any technology you want, I am sponsoring. It's not me who is sponsoring. I've got people who are very rich in Hyderabad who can sponsor all of you. And I have a place to stay. I have a place to feed you. Food is free. You get free education, I'll tell you. Right? No problem. That is very simple for me. Because I have got people who are behind me in Hyderabad who will support. You can come. Not you. I will also see that my students from different parts of India will come and talk to you also. I have got a lot of students who are wanting to come from Gulf and different parts of the world to come and stay. Okay. So we will have whatever you want, but what is required is you need a target. Oh, this is what I want. Don't think that I am talking to 20 people like this. I am a person who spoke more than 1 million people in this world. Not 1 million students. I spoke to more than 1 million teachers in the world. Not 1 million teachers and students. I spoke to almost equal number of elders, parents, business people who are into different profession in this world. So what is required is the willingness and attitude to change. If that is there, yes, we can do change. We can make a difference in your life. Guaranteed. Right? No issue. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Afternoon, Doctor.
Yeah. Speak. Johnson. Urima Johnson.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Johnson Urima. I am from Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. And my CV is very short and descriptive. I'm a chemist by profession, and I'm 28 years old. By now, I'm a self-entrepreneur. I've been awarded this opportunity to speak before you about youth and the coming generation on impact of industrialization. Maybe I got few points of which might be critical to the change of industrialization, especially in African community. The big problem and major problem that we're facing here is that sometimes we go to school, we go to education, but we forget that we are using the same method and we are expecting for different results. If we are waiting for different results, we should implement different methods. What do I say this? It is usual we go to school to get our degrees, but sometimes you cannot even use what we got. The problem isn't getting education. The problem is implementing the skills that we have got from school, from colleges. But what we end up here, we got skills, but we lack where to express, where to experience our skills. Suppose I'm a chemist from my college, and I was one of the best students in my class, and my professor is Hindu. He's from India, and he was really appreciating me. And even you call him now, he'll tell I was the best, and I can do the best. But when you came to the job zone, applying for job, it depends on who you know, not what you have, not what you got in your mind. Who do you know before the job? That is what hindering us express what we got in our mind. So far, I would advise this to African countries. Maybe we can create a good and strategical education programs for our youth, but it's not good enough to be industrialized, to make industrial revolution. We need more than that. Giving education, giving skills to students, to youth, isn't the only point we need, but how they can use it to make different results. That is what we need. And that is the key point. When we base on it and we make it work, and we sufficiently make it work, it can probably bring changes in that regions. The second thing is accreditation of capitals. Sometimes youth got skills, youth got ability, but they fail to try. Sometimes it's because of capitals. They need capital. They need to be pushed, at least to some extent. Then they can work from there. We got several ideas we can implement, but you cannot implement anything. Maybe you can implement ideas in someone's mind. You can implement it to kids, to different people. But if you need to make your economic growth, then you need money. Before that, you can grow your economy. So far, we need to accredit capitals to youth as they need it to invest. That can push them either. Also, the government should consider that there are things in government which hinders industrialization. Sometimes youth, as a student from colleges, don't have a lot of cash. Maybe they got small capitals, but with that small capital they got, it becomes difficult for them to invest because sometimes the government terms are a bit difficult. For instance, in my country, it's kind of quite difficult even to open a business from new begins because of their challenges, a lot of challenges. Suppose you have a low capital and you find the rents, government rents are high, and it's hard to make it happen. So sometimes there are factors that should be considered. No matter how you implement a good knowledge, skills, good schools, that isn't good enough. We really need to hold their hands and move them from one point to another point. Because when we have long-term plan in Africa, it will help us work. It's very rare to find an African people, mostly I can experience in my country. You find someone having a long-term plan like more than 5 years, it's quite impossible. We must think of to this year and the coming year maybe, but most can't think of maybe what will be coming after 10 years in our country. That is bad. But when we have that focus line, what do we need in 10 years in our country? What do we need? What do we need to change? What do we need to improve? Then we will know from which edge we can walk. We need to walk ourselves. And so far, when we know our edge and our angle that we need to walk, then we can know how much effort we can put, how far we can invest. Without that, it will be difficult for Africans to make the industrial revolution. So far, we get our kids to school, we learn them a lot, we give them a lot, but that isn't quite enough. Let's give them room to express what the skill they got at school. They experience it, they practice it, they grow it, and it can be more than what we think. Because I've learned this from when you're looking at China. China, it was one of the poorest countries several years before. But where they are now, it's because they had a long-term plan and like they played their kid to the best knowledge, and after they got that knowledge, they implement it. They work on it. At the end of the day, you can make a quality product. You cannot make a quality product without the best technology. You cannot have the best technology without best skills. You cannot get best skills without good schools, good teachers. So if you don't put good teachers at school, how can you get the best knowledge? It's quite impossible. So we really need to work on that. If we really need to boost African industrialization and make industrial revolution, maybe we can conquer the world if we change our mind, if we change the methodology that we are using. So that is what I can advise. Maybe we can discuss about that. What? Thank you.
It was nice. Johnson made it very practically focused on starting from education to development, how the progress has to happen. You go to the most of the Western universities today, you will see nearly 50% of the students are from China. They identified the importance of technical education. So, where to go and study what, so that what you can bring to your place to start your own industry, to progress with all the resources under your control to utilize it for the making money. Making money is the ultimate goal. I am sure if money is not there, nothing will happen. So we need to have business. And what sort of business, where to start? That is what is essentially to be understood. I am sure these sort of small discussions can trigger at least a few, add a few more and then join. Anybody else? I am seeing Fabis spoke, no? FABS, Fabis Gospel is there, or any more from your group? Philemon, anybody behind you? Come on, show your face and make your voice. Come on, don't shy. Somebody else is there?
Yes, doctor. No, doctor, just the three of us.
Yeah, fine. If they want to speak, they can be. Then they are part of it. This is one form of giving your attendance that you are participating. Speak at least a few words.
Anybody wants to say something? Well, from my side, I would really appreciate if I am to ever get an opportunity to study abroad. I would like to gain knowledge that I could come back to Namibia and pass on to my fellow youth, and also put in practice and make a huge difference in my country and in my community. I would really appreciate that.
I'm sure we will discuss where what can be studied and how we can take individually. We have from Brazil, Nilaya also joined. Brazil is a well experienced, socially very active. She is with most of our programs, including Bhagavad Gita, including the songs, most of the discussions. She is from Brazil. Yeah, anybody else? If everybody from Africa finished, if you have some questions, probably you can address it to Fabis Gospel. Want to speak? I'm only seeing one who joined in the name did not speak. And Aim Huda is also there. Yeah.
Yes, hello once again. All I would like to say is I say thank you to Ms. Justine for adding us to this platform. I can see that we will grow if we hold each other's hand, and even in this few hours or minutes, I have already learned a lot. And so I'm just wishing for the best partnership and communication. And I would like to thank you once more again, Doctor, for adding us to this platform. I believe it will benefit us in one of the coming days, and that we would share what we have had here with our fellow youth in Namibia. I thank you.
Understand, just now Johnson was telling the job opportunities doesn't come just like that. It goes to people who are getting connected to them. It is true in Western country also, most of the jobs are given. Even in India, if you look at, jobs are given people who get connected. Communication is not the ability to speak. Communication is how much connection you have with the people who can employ you. So networking is communication. Don't think communication is language. Your language can be bad, but you know how to reach out to people, that's called communication. So that problem is there in most of the people. That is why they don't get opportunities. So conferences, including educational conferences, are there for people to get into connection and contacts. So what I suggest all of you is to get connected. Keep on attending different conferences, what is happening. Show your presence. I am sure that will make your presence felt. And then somebody will start holding hands and then help you. That's what will happen. Yeah. So, anybody can speak. Justin is there. Nilaya Ma is there. Isabel Ma is there. Hridya, Atira. You can ask questions. Don't make me to speak. You can unmute and start. So, forum is open.
Okay, now for the industry and all, globally capital is there, but capital will go from where their total cost of the production is less. Capital will move from the advanced developed countries to the developing countries or underdeveloped countries. In African case, labor is cheap, natural resources are there. But the thing, what I observe is they need to invest more on the infrastructure. Then only these companies will come and invest their money into these countries, and ultimately their aim is to make profit only. So that is what they need to invest more on infrastructure. They need to invest more on the education. These two things they need to do. Then definitely country as a whole will grow in the process, and their world also will grow.
Yeah, Suresh ji, most of the countries like Africa and all, why people don't go is the international relationship is not that congenial where people can go and then establish. No guarantee that what I establish, what I invest will come back. It is politically not very stable sometime for most of the people to take that risk. That could be one of the reason.
Yes.
See, once the country is up, see why from India people go to Gulf and invest. If you look at 80% of the Gulf property belongs to Indian people. We are ready to invest there because the best supermarket, best gold. We have a long-term relationship so that people don't throw you out one day. Got it? If that guarantee is there, I'm sure people will go. Even now, there are a lot of people from India. I know South Africa, most of the supermarkets are owned by one of my students' father and their family. Most of the supermarket in South Africa. But they don't venture to go to central or maybe other areas because there are little more risk involved. So the other day, Justin was asking how to import and export items from India. It's very simple. It's there. Another 600 kilometers you go, everything is available from India in your country. Cape Town, full items are supplied in Cape Town from Hyderabad alone. So every day, it's not today. For last 30 years, they are into business there. So there are a lot of opportunities available in different countries, but maybe Namibia needs a little political activation for that. But we are not that powerful to change that. But we need those people who are in Namibia to form a group, and so that you can show you are there and you can make a difference. That's how movements happen, social movements. So we want the society to be active. And you start your college. We will support all that what you require for you. That should be the method, it should work.
The way China is moving from their normal traditional education style to now they are investing so much amount of money for the artificial intelligence. Now the company is moving from the developed country to companies investing in the other country. Now sitting in their home country, they can produce whatever the product they want, they can produce in the help of artificial intelligence. So the right way China has identified this change, and they are investing heavily in the artificial intelligence education.
Yeah. Any questions? Any discussions you want?
Good morning, all. Basically, a question on the African Union, the effectiveness of African Union. But in between, I got answers. The issues you're facing, like favoritism, concentration on certain areas, like that. Anyway, I'm so happy to meet you all and know your troubles. But anyway, I would like to call Dr. TPS in this. Even this shall pass. So everything is not same always. So I personally wish you a good fortune and prosperity ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, unmute and speak so that your presence is shown. Isabella ma? Isabel has got international connections. She's a very powerful lady.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for inviting in this meeting. I'm very, very happy with you. It's most interesting the meeting and the conversation you in my country there is even problems with you and the society need the meetings and conversations, and of course, about education. But the government and rest of churches not have conscientious the real problem, and but having in this moment their have consensus in the work have the solution. And my English is my poor. I study and advance more, math, and anything no most speak. Thank you very much. I participate in the next meetings with you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you all.
That's a great love from Argentina to all of you. Isabel Ma'am, who is part of most of our activities these days. That's so nice and great of you. Gratitude and love. Yeah. Anybody else who want to speak, or we will call it a day? We'll continue with more interaction. You have any specific questions? Hridya, Kanishk, Fabis wanted to speak again? Good enough? Yeah.
From our side, we can call it a day. I think
Yeah, Hridya has.
said much for today.
Hridya has any question?
Anybody has a question? For now. Okay. For now, no. Maybe next time, yes.
Yeah. Good enough. Then bye bye. Thank you. Love you all. See you. Our music starts maybe in another 3.5 hours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Grace, we must see where we can collaborate and support some education for children, because you are already into teaching in colleges and schools, right? You have to unmute, Grace. You have to unmute, Grace.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm sure your
I appreciate it.
own country, in the other part of the world, they need education. Probably you need to open up I'm sure there are a lot of open school programs also in Africa, but some children are not aware of it.
Yes,
So
please,
you need
yeah.
teaching support for specific subjects. You call us. We will give free service. Don't charge. It's all free. That's all what we can do from the education to any one of you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We will identify people and then connect you, and then they will teach whatever subject you say. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Keep my number is there with you.
Can I get your number, please?
You just search DrTPS on internet. DrTPS. Or send me a WhatsApp to my number on 944 Indian number plus 91 1 91 is the code 91 plus 91
Okay.
944 944 74
94474
37
37
948.
948.
Yeah, it's there on chat also. I posted.
Thank you so much.
And my
I got it.
my website also shikksha.in. DrTPS, that's my name. Dr. Doctor. I am basically a mathematician.
Yes.
PhD is in mathematics, but worked in space department, Indian Space Department, ISRO satellite for 20 years. And my specialization is mapping. You see Google Map and similar maps.
Yes.
Generating was my job.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I am into space technology, I am into computers. Then took my retirement with the government. I am into full-time teaching social service. Rufus, you are late. We just finished. Rufus can record your voice. Rufus, I am still here. You can speak. I will post this also into YouTube. You can share. So Rufus will be heard by people later. You can speak now, Rufus.
Okay.
You unmute. Rufus has to unmute. Aim Huda is also there. Rufus have to unmute. You are not heard. You have to unmute. Mic. Unmute your mic.
Unmute? Okay, I'm already unmute.
No, I am asking Rufus Ghosh. Rufus Goa.
Gosh, yeah? Okay.
Rufus is speaking, but he did not unmute. Yeah.
Hello.
Now you are audible. Rufus can speak now.
Yes, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I had a serious technical issue, but I just got resolved. So it is a pleasure being on this platform. Let me just say thanks to all of the participants who have made their contribution to making this meeting a successful one. It is a pleasure being here. So again, I would appreciate if this link will share on YouTube. I will really appreciate that.
Yeah. We'll voice it in YouTube. You have any specific points for the improvement of industry, youth development in your country? I think we lost your connection. Not able to hear. Rufus, your connection is bad. I think we will close it now.